Hello dear friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Mukesh English, and this is Mukesh Soni. In this video, I'm going to discuss the model question paper of first semester BCom and BBA, Generic English under Bangalore University, Bangalore North University. So dear friends, if you're not yet subscribed the channel, please do subscribe. First part we have here, section A, grammar component, which is for 40 marks. Question number 1, you need to skim the passage and you need to find the appropriate answer. This for 2 marks. Let's go through the passage. When Tiger won the US Master in 1997, he was only 21 years old. In winning, he broke lots of records. He won the title by 12 strokes, which was a bigger ever victory at the US Master. He also became the youngest champion in 61 years. So we had two questions. The article is about Tiger Woods' victory on the golf course, or this article is about different types of sports. So after skimming the passage, we find the answer. The Tiger Woods' victory on the golf course. Second question, you need to scan the passage for 2 marks. Today, many people prefer to travel independently. Firstly, they decide where they want to go and then think about the details, such as how long they want to stay, whether they want to stay, how they will get there, how much it will cost, and when will they go, and what they need to take. So question number 1, how do people like to travel these days? So after scanning the passage, we find the answer. People like to travel these days independently. Question number 2, what do they decide on first? After scanning the passage, we find the answer. They decide where they want to go and then find the details about the place. Third question is from the referencing skill. List out the two sources of references. You can mention any two sources like dictionary, bibliography, directories, encyclopedia, etc. Now, the question number 4 is from the cover letter writing. So you have a question here, write a cover letter for the post of public relation internship at a private TV channel. So we are going to, this is for the 5 marks. We are going to use the left margin format. The first component you can see here, Dheeraj, number 30, Jayanagar, Bangalore 30, that is the sender's address. Then we have date, 10th February 2023 date. Then we have the receiver's address, the media manager, TV9, Jayanagar, Bangalore. Then we have salutation, dear sir or dear madam. Subject, application for public relation internship. Then we have the body of the letter. I'm pleased to be submitting my application for the summer public relations internship, which has been placed on your channel's website's careers page. I believe it would be I believe it would be an a once in a lifetime opportunity for me to grow both personally and professionally. I'm a fourth year business and management student at Bangalore University, majoring in public relations. This year, in addition to obtaining great academic accomplishments at the institution, I also serve as president of TEDx Club. This invaluable experience has aided me in developing as a strong leader and team player, as well as good time management skills and critical capacity to tackle complicated challenges. Along with these abilities, I'm a responsible, respectful, and hardworking individual. My participation as a peer mentor has strengthened my ability to accept responsibility and grow as a peer leader. These opportunities have allowed me to improve my social skills and collaborate with my peers on a variety of levels. Thank you for your attention and time. I'm excited to discuss this internship opportunity with you. Then we have yours faithfully and the name of the sender. So this is a cover letter for 5 marks. Then fifth question, any two advantages or of listening skills from active listening skills. So you have the another question, any two advantages of active listening for 2 marks. So you can mention any two advantage like it builds trust and relationship. It can help to resolve the conflicts. Then the sixth question is quite challenging one. Imagine yourself to be playing a role of any kitchen gadget like cooker, gas stove, teapot, and you need to write a paragraph to introduce the same. This is for 3 marks. So I found this question is quite very much interesting, and this is the creativity of the writer. How does he present it? Because you are going to play a role of any gadget. He- uh, So I found the answer like this. Good morning, everyone. I'm Little Teapot. So I'm playing the role of a teapot. I'm Little Teapot. I'm short and stout. I have a handle and a spout. When I get all steamed up and you can hear me shout, you can tip me over and put me out. You can change my handle and my spout. I'm used for several ways. Sometimes I turn into a kitchen pencil holder. Sometimes I'm turned into a flower vase. Often, I'm seen as a piece of decoration in the main hall. Thank you. So this is a question from the topic called role play, where you need to write the answer in a first person, imagining that you are so and so gadget, and what is your role, what's your function. This question is for 3 marks. Kindly bear me, my throat is not proper today. Okay, question number 7. Do as director, as directed. There's a spelling error. Sorry for this. Under this caption, do as directed, we have question number 1. Introduce yourself to the principal of your college. So there will be 2 questions under this caption here for 2 marks. So you can write the formal request. Good morning, sir. My name is Hitesh and I am studying first semester BCom. That's your introduction, formal introduction. Don't say myself. Don't say I am. What inquiries would you make in the following situations? So next questions, we have 2 questions under this inquiries. You want to know the arrival time of Shatabdi Express. Hello sir, could you please tell me the arrival time of Shatabdi Express? Very formal request, polite request. You want to know about the new course in your college. Excuse me sir, would you please give me some information about BBA aviation course? So that's for 2 marks. So introduction, introducing yourself for 2 marks, inquiries for 2 marks, and finally we have here under language functions a set of instructions on a given topic. So we have a question here. You need to give a set of instructions on how to change the gas cylinder. That's for 4 marks. So maximum you can mention the 5 instructions. So I have found here a few interesting instructions, like number 1, check the safety cap in is on the cylinder. Check the safety cap is on the cylinder. Remove the safety cap by pulling the cord and that is attached with. Lift the safety cap and attach the regulator to the cylinder. Make sure that the regulator's knob is off. Hold the regulator and pull the plastic push cap at the bottom. Gently put the regulator on the wall and push it gently and turn on. So instructions should be written like the imperative sentences, where the action word should be at the very first, in the very beginning of the sentence. It should not be in a paragraph. It should be written in the points or in the instructional mode. Okay, then we have the questions from grammar. Underline the prepositional phrases in the following sentences for 2 marks. So we have first question, the car traveled the car traveled at a high speed. So the prepositional phrase we find here, at a high speed. He's playing with his pet. The prepositional phrase is here, with his pet. You can underline. Next, we have from the clause. Identify the clauses in the following sentences. This question is for 2 marks. I know the man who stole the watch. So we have the clause here, subordinate clause, who stole the watch. Then if you don't eat well, you will fall sick. So if you don't eat well is the main clause. There's a spelling error. And then if you don't eat well, it's a man is it is this is a main clause, and if you will fall sick, that is a dependent clause. So in the examination, you need to mention that which is the dependent clause, which is the main clause, or which is a subordinate clause. That's for 2 marks. Then fill in the blanks with the appropriate tenses. That's for 2 marks question. The train had left before we reached the station. Correct answer, had left. We went to cinema last night. Correct answer, went. Fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verbs given in the bracket. This is a question from subject verb agreement. So we find here 2/3 of the city is in ruins. The cost of petrol has risen. Time and tide waits for none. So this question is for 3 marks. Next question, idioms. You need to fill up the blanks. We'll fill in the blanks with the correct idioms given in the bracket. So 3 idioms will be mentioned, and you need to find the 2 appropriate idioms to fill the blanks. Mr. Sushant, who is hale and hearty, decided to go for trekking. Radha prepared for the final exam at the 11th hour. Then another question we have from the welcome speech. Speech writing, I should say speech writing for 5 marks. And the question is the inauguration of the Samhita Cultural Forum is to be held in your college on December 15. You are asked to give a welcome speech, draft a welcome speech, write in very simple, short, precise sentences. Good evening, everyone. It's my privilege to deliver a welcome speech on the occasion of the inauguration of Samhita Cultural Forum. I'm delighted to welcome Mr. Govind Raju, the chairman of BR Students Union. Sir, we are extremely happy that you have accepted our invitation. We welcome you, sir. I welcome our principal, Mr. Reddy, who has always been the driving force to conduct such programs. I welcome you, sir. I welcome our association coordinator, Mr. R.K. Sharma. I extend my welcome note to all the students who have assembled today and have shown interest to be a part of the Samhita Cultural Forum. Welcome you all. So this is how you should draft the welcome speech. First is a greeting, then you welcome all the dignitaries which are on stage one by one, and end it with the thank you note, or with the welcome note. This model question paper does not consist the section B, so I have extracted this section B part from May 2022 question paper. Just to refer, so prose and poetry for 20 marks, the section B. Here, answer any 5 questions, and each question is for 2 marks. So out of 7 questions, you are going to attempt any 5 questions. So the first question mentioned the similar taste of Sue and Jonesy in the story, the last leaf. Answer, Sue and Jonesy had similar taste in art, chicory, salad, and bishop's sleeves. So congenial that the joint studio resulted. Second question, grandmother was tolerant of blank, but drew of the line at blank pets. So answer is most birds and animals and reptiles. Third question, the flag of the breezes means. So you have 3 options. Out of the 3 options, the tree is like a flag. Fourth question, what did the lawyer notice at the NCPA bus stop in the story Daughter? Deepa was standing in a long queue at the NCPA bus stop that was noticed by the lawyer. Fifth question, what does Helen compare her life with? Helen compares her life with a sea in a dense fog. Sixth question, how did Aunt Mabel react to the python's first appearance in the story, all creatures great and small? Answer, Aunt Mabel reacted to the python's first appearance as though she had seen a ghost. Seventh question, the spelling DOLL applied to both. What did the teacher mean by both? The teacher means both the new doll and big rag doll are spelled in the same manner. So this is how out of 7 questions, you need to attempt 5 questions, each for 2 marks. So the first part of the section B stands for 10 marks. Now, the second part of the section B, answer any 2 questions of the following in a 1 page each. So these are the questions for 5 marks. Out of 4 questions, you need to optate 2 questions. So question number 1, describe Aunt Mabel's reaction to the presence of the python. The story titled All Creatures Great and Small is written by the famous writer Ruskin Bond. In this story, Aunt Mabel was a fussy woman who had come to grandfather's house for a 3 week stay. She did not like any kind of pets. Aunt Mabel was shocked to see a python. She screamed and ran inside the house. She found the giant snake at the guava tree for the first time, and when she was reaching out to take the guava, she flew up the veranda steps looking as though she had seen a ghost. She felt that the python was almost 20 feet long and would devour him. It had a deep, queer look in its terrible eyes. She packed her bags immediately and left grandfather's house. Question number 2. How does a nation grow by planting trees in the poem Heart of the Tree? The poem titled Heart of the Tree is composed by Henry Quiller Banner. This poem was originally published in 1912. It highlights the need to grow trees and plants and save ecology. The poet opines that human beings show their concern towards nation by planting trees. Many consider this to be their moral duty also. In return, he expects only good blessings for prosperity. The plant that is grown sets the motion of progress from sea to sea. All these things are possible when man starts thinking in that way. His is a in capital letters, which suggests that he is all powerful and the destiny maker of of his nation. Hence, planting trees symbolizes a nation's growth. Question 3. The cricket match gives solace to the pain and the humiliation Deepa receives at the office. Justify the statement with reference to the story Daughter. After announcement of the will, Deepa was sitting quietly facing the window and was watching attentively the one-day cricket match, which was being played in the opposite Maidan of the lawyer's house, so that she could hide and divert her pain. There was a strange, unusual stillness about her. She knew there was no use of crying. Her father had not given her fair share for her in his property just because she was a daughter. He had followed the male domination system and had given all his property to his 4 sons. When Deepa found that the batsman was not out of the crease, yet the umpire raised his finger and had made him out, she asked Sohrab about this. Then Sohrab told her the poor batsman must go with the umpire's verdict, even if it's unfair. As Sohrab knew what was going through her mind, Sohrab was indirectly pointing out to Deepa's present situation, as he knew that her father had not done his will fairly for his daughter. When her eyes met his eyes, he could see no tears, no tension, no worries, and no sorrow. There was only an empty and airless space where light and joy had once lived. She reminded him of a dredged lake he had once seen, motionless and vacant. It was as if somebody else was sitting upright watching the cricket match. The cricket match was a way of escape for Deepa to keep her mind away from the pain and the humiliation she was having inside after hearing the will. Last question. Why does Helen refer to the day as an eventful one? The present excerpt, My Teacher, is taken from, from Helen Keller's autobiography titled The Story of My Life, 1903. It's an inspiring story of a person who discovered the world through her fingertips with the help of a great and dedicated teacher. Helen Keller recalls the afternoon of 3rd March 1887 as the most important day of her whole life. It was the afternoon of that eventful day that her teacher, Annie Mansfield Sullivan, arrived. This was 3 months before she turned 7. Before her education, Helen was filled with anger and bitterness. She supposed herself as a ship stuck in a dense fog, surrounded with white darkness. and without compass or guide. Being blind and deaf took a toll on her, and she desperately needed someone to guide her out of her misery. Just then, Annie Sullivan arrived as her savior. So this is how, out of 4 questions, you need to attempt 2 questions, and you need to write the answer in one page, each question for 5 marks. And this is the section B for 20 marks. As I already mentioned that I have borrowed these questions from the May 2020-21 question paper, because this section is not given in the model question paper of the prescribed textbook. I wish you all very good luck for the examination. Dear friends, thank you so much for watching this video. You can reach me at mukeshenglish@gmail.com. Please do subscribe the channel, click on the like button for more videos on literature, workbook, pronunciation, grammar, communication skills, presentation skills, interview skills. Stay in tune with Mukesh English. Thank you once again.